And welcome back to the show. Perfect Pitches by Precious is a brand that's focusing on sales and branding, elevator pitches, media training, from the poverty stricken streets of St. Louis to the global stage of influence. Our next guest story is about transformation, and it's nothing less than iconic, but it's only half the story. She's here now to tell more of her story. She's the CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. We've got Precious Williams. And as we get ready to bring her in, I got to say, Precious, first off, I was talking with my producer, and you honestly were the last segment that we did before the pandemic. And so, literally, in a couple of years' time, things have just dramatically changed for you.
I mean, for real, I mean, hey, you got to go out with a bang before the pandemic, right? You got to come back
Right.
in with a bang. So, yeah. And I had such a great time when we spoke before, and I got even more to tell you now.
Well, glad to have you telling us a little bit more now. So, as we talk about now, I mean, let's talk about where you are now. You've been able to take your pitches and your brand elevation to a totally another level.
Definitely. And so I have a book coming out called The Pitch Queen. And as you remember, last time I spoke with you, I had written three number one best-selling books, the Bad Bee and Power Pitches for Women Entrepreneurs and Speakers Only series, Pitching for Profit. But with The Pitch Queen, I have stepped into another realm of really showcasing for companies, corporations, nonprofits, and foundations, and even those who are seeking media, how to really get it in a totally different way. And so I'm taking people back through my life and giving them stories they've never heard. Some people think I was just homeless and a severe alcoholic, and that was my story. And then breaking through, it's like, no, there were so many stories that happened before that I want to share with others, because my story was not perfect. My pitches are, I am not. And so in this book, I want to inspire. It's not like self-help, but it's kind of part memoir, part inspiration, and showing others you can make every mistake in the world. You can fail a lot of times and still wind up on top, because persistence beats resistance. There's no way I should be where I am today. And with that story, one of the greatest things that has happened is that I'm speaking at BMW on September 1st, 2022. And for those who don't know, September 1st, 2018, I walked out of the Bowery Mission Women's Center. I walked out of homelessness, September 1st, 2018. And 4 years to the day that I did it, I'll be in BMW in South Carolina, gracing the stage in front of thousands and sharing the power of the perfect pitch. And then on top of that, there's a billboard in Atlanta. My billboard for the Pitch Queen is already in Atlanta. I'm receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award in business. I know I'm 43. I get it. I get it. But what I really love about this award is not just my successes, but what I've been able to do behind the scenes for a lot of people being their secret weapon. And they're coming to honor me. And as you know, I graduated from Spelman College, where Zahara Jolie Pitt is a student. Now, I just want to make sure y'all know.
See, here we go.
And yeah, and even with being the Pitch Queen, I had an opportunity to shoot a new television show for entrepreneurs on the West Coast a few months ago. And we're having the premiere on October 7th, tentatively in LA. So I get to walk a red carpet for real. But my journey has been about showing others how to give birth to their next beautiful now, right now, whether you have a Brazilian butt lift or not, or you got six-pack abs or not, whether you're old or younger. I want you to take the things that people say are your flaws and make them your secret weapon. And that's what I did to become not only the bad bee with a power pitch, but now the Pitch Queen.
Well, when you talk about pitch, I want to talk for a minute, because what is, for some people who may not be so familiar, what is the pitch?
Okay, so a pitch is a short, brief way of introducing you, your products, your services, your branding, your business to others, so that you are the only choice that matters when it comes to hiring, booking, promoting, referring, and buying from. And I always give this little, I'm gonna try to do it really, really quickly, but think about it's the holidays, you're going over someone else's house for dinner. You know all the good food that's gonna be there, you're gonna chop it up with your family and friends. You get over there, someone says dinner is served. So you start putting things on your plate. You're excited. You're looking at that plate. Well, look at that plate. Everything on that plate is you, your business, your books, your brand, your product, your service, your network, everything that makes you your skill sets. But when, after grace is said, whatever you put your first fork in, that is your pitch. So out of that big plate that we all have so many great things that we have, but a pitch is a juicy morsel, a taste of more to come. And if you give people the right bite, they'll keep eating and eating and eating. So you'll turn a prospect, an ideal prospect, into a client, into a repeat client or customer. And so you never give the full meal deal. You give them a bite so they can taste it. And if you captivate and titillate them and show them why you're the only choice that matters, whether you have 30 seconds, 60 seconds, it matters. That's why you have commercials going all the time. That pitch is just a taste of more to come. So if you like that taste, you're going to take another little taste. You got an ebook, you can get them to a book, you can get them to a course, you can get them to one-on-one training, group training, speaking, and things like that. And so again, when you're doing a pitch, which is briefly introducing yourself to get them interested in wanting to go to the next step with you to buy, refer, or hire, remember, are you giving them the plate, which is overwhelming? Are you giving them a taste, a fork? Think about that all the time. Oh, did I give the plate or did I give the fork?
Right. I want to take the time for a moment to just ask you because, as I said, you're the last guest I had before COVID. Here you are.
Mhm.
You got books, you got TED Talk. We will talk about that in a minute. Got
Oh,
TED
TED
got
Talk, yes.
hosted show, got Billboard. So, what did COVID do for you?
You know what? COVID was actually very great for my business. Honestly, it was. See, there were so many people who let the news tell them that it was over, their store, that everything was over. And I admit some places had brick and mortar, and so they couldn't be open. But what I've learned in my journey from homelessness to where I've been today is that money is still made, impact is still being had. So where others retreated, I didn't retreat, I went full force. And so where others were backing up, I'm going to the fight. And so what I was able to do was get into the Googles, the LinkedIn's, the Microsofts, the Federal Reserve Bank, the Intuit, QuickBooks of the world and other nonprofits and foundations and really showcase what I can do for them in the pandemic. And so I went from the clients that I already had to speaking on bigger stages. I was doing a lot of virtual training, paid virtual training, didn't even leave the house, but doing that paid virtual training, because I had a lot of speaking engagements that, they were trying to cancel. I said, well, can we do it virtually? I'll bring the energy, the funk, and the noise. And I did. And by doing that, we tripled our revenue in the pandemic. I also won a number of awards for the work that I was able to do for my clients. I told you 7 of my clients have been on Shark Tank and successfully funded. Not only that, some of my other clients have won $250,000, $500,000, even $1 million in pitch competitions. And finally, for speakers, I started this training called Booked and Busy Speakers Boot Camp, because a lot of people ask speakers to speak for free. However, if you know your zone of genius and you know how to take yourself apart from what everybody else is doing, that's worthy of being paid. And how do you package, position, and pitch? And that's what I learned in the pandemic. It's not that I just great at pitching, but how do I package, position you in front of the right playground and sandbox so that the VIPs and others can notice you, and now pitch to them in the language that they understand, that they know you are the only choice that matters to handle this particular problem, and also be on your Kanye. Don't ever let them box you in to a particular place. So we tripled our revenue, and even now, bigger and bigger deals are on the table. Like, I didn't think I would be the pitch trainer and a co-host of a national television show debuting, and to be there with all these billionaires, multimillionaires, and just think they chose me. Why? Because I was the only choice that mattered when it came to pitching.
Wow. So for you, what's it like now, looking back and saying, I've been through this. Uh, I know what it's like to be homeless. And now I know what it's like to be in front of corporate America at the top of the food chain, if you will. For you, the journey, what's it feel like at this stage?
The journey feels incredible, honestly. There are times when I cry because I had a 10-year plan in my mind that 4 years we just pushed past into 20, whatever my 20-year vision is. What makes me cry also is that my clients are succeeding beyond their wildest dreams. In fact, just this past week, David Meltzer, who hosts 2 Minute Drill and Office Hours, he was in Times Square. I brought one of my clients to meet him. It was pouring rain. I was getting ready to ask a question, and then I said to my client, step up, pitch to him right now. She pitched her film idea in the pouring rain. People were so shocked, clapping and all those sort of things. And I said, that's what you do. It's not enough for me to be successful, for my clients to do it. And no matter what's against you, rain, all sorts of things, you still got to have your eyes on the prize. And I'm proud to be an entrepreneur, a Black woman, a full-figure diva, who's showing that you do not have to look, sound, and act like everybody else to make it. You don't have to be in entertainment. You don't have to be in sports, but if you're doing that, great too. But all of us have a zone of genius that we can impact the world with. And by, just solving real problems, your bank account has no choice but to expand.
Yeah. So if people want to get in touch with you and really continue to do work, see the work that you're doing, or actually tap into how to improve their actual life, their business, what do they do?
Yes. So my contact information, again, everybody, I'm Precious Williams, proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious, #Killer Pitch Master, #the Pitch Queen. My website is www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. We also have another website called www.perfectpitchgroup.com, because we're changing, and there you can get my hand-signed copy of my fourth book, The Pitch Queen. On Twitter, I'm at Perfect Pitch P. On Facebook, I'm at Perfect Pitch P. And on Instagram, I am at Perfect Pitches P. And if you go back to my website, www.perfectpitchesbypressure.com, you can see how you can work one-on-one with me, have a consultation with me, how you can see the free things that we offer, from our free quiz at Pitching for Profit, profit.com. Take our free quiz, 6 questions, and you'll get a customized report to show you how to step your game up. And it's free, 99 free. And finally, I'm just excited to get to know you all. So if you need help with your pitch, if you want to know how to #slay all competition with a killer pitch, come check me out at perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. I am Precious Williams, the Pitch Queen, 13-time National Elevator Pitch Champion, and showing you where the money resides.
As always, it is a pleasure to see you. I'm glad to see you. I mean, as I said before, sometimes you see people after the pandemic and you can say, oh my God, it's really affected them in a bad way. But to see you and to see all that's going on, your smile, your energy, you're there, and the work that you've been able to do and the impact that you're making. So glad to have you, Precious Williams. Got to come back. And
I'm going to come back, and thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Yes, you have a wonderful day too. And want to let you know, stay tuned to us. We got more show. Open will continue coming up right after this.